Hey Flosstube, happy 2026. Today is January 1st of 2026. So happy new year everyone. I am Kim the 303 Stitcher and I am back for a very quick plans video. And sorry, Tori is right here. You can't see her, she's off camera, but she'll probably be popping into my lap here in just a second. I got messy hair today. I just wanted to pop on really quick and talk about what I'm planning on doing this year. My shirt is a cross stitch shirt. I've lost about 40 pounds since I bought this, but it says I like to party, and by party I mean cross stitch. Very fitting for the new year. I just did my end of year whip parade and posted that. I think it came out about, I don't know, probably 8 or 9 hours ago from this video. So if you want to check out what I've been working on or what I'm going to be talking about today, feel free to pop on over there to any of my other videos. I did feature all of my projects in there, so I actually don't have any of my projects out. It was 30 bags in complete chaos last night when I was recording, so I didn't really feel like pulling anything out. So 2026, here we are. I did 205,000 stitches last year, which my friends say is a lot. And I agree, it's a lot. I don't really have a plan and set stitch goal for the year or anything like that. I just want to get progress. It is apparently, so we are heading out of the year of the dragon and we are heading into the year of the horse. So I find it really fitting that I actually want to finish Chimera Black Rose Max Color, which is by Lori Prindle, charted by Heaven and Earth Designs. It's at 40% right now, just over 40% right now. There's just under, I think, 150,000 stitches to finish that this year. And so that's my goal. I think that's really fitting for the year of the horse. So we'll see how that goes. And then I just want to get progress on all of my other ones. I want to get some of my supersize max colors to at least 1%. And then I am doing like prompt stitching. So one of the Facebook games that I'm in, which is, I want to say it's Magical Fandom. Nope. Disney Fandom? Nope. Fandom Stitching Central. That's the one. They moved from Facebook over to Discord this year. They were kind of doing both last year, and last year's like focus was on Doctor Who and Supernatural, which neither one of those are kind of my jam, so I didn't really participate much. But this year is musicals and I'm very excited for it. So they do things like go watch a musical. You can do it at home on wherever you can find them, or you can go and like go watch a musical, and they do like points. They put you on teams and they do points and stuff like that. So it's really fun, and it's just kind of like a fun competition. The points are made up, you know, it's kind of like whose line is it anywhere anyway. But they do a lot of prompt based stitching, and so I'm gonna try my best to participate more in there and help out my team. So I'm going to be doing that. I'm also continuing on, I'm in Jurassic Stitches. That one's really fun, and it's really no pressure, like, which I really, really like. And I'm in Hell Stitchin'. And so those are some of the Facebook groups that I'm in, and those are pretty low key. In Hell Stitchin' and in Jurassic Stitches, there are no like prompts or anything. It's just stitch on whatever you want, whenever you want. Whenever there's an event, and events are usually every 2 weeks and last for about a week or so. So those are really fun, and like I said, pretty low pressure. So I also saw this on Instagram. I can't remember who did it during Frogwarts, which is by the Black Needle Society. I've never participated in Frogwarts, but I might this year. It sounds like a lot of fun. I think it's a virtual retreat, and so I kind of like the idea of a virtual retreat. I don't think I'm doing any in-person retreats this year. Queen City Stitch Retreat did just open registration for the October 2026 retreat. They're doing it as a lottery, and then if you don't get in on the lottery, you'll be waitlisted. So if anybody wants to go sign up for that, I highly recommend. They're focusing on Teresa Winsler this year. While Teresa is still of this earth, she is not going to be there like they had Nora Corbett back in October. Teresa's very flattered that everybody wants to go and have a retreat in her honor, but she's just not able enough to travel. So I personally am not a Teresa stitcher. I think they're beautiful for people who stitch them. They're just really not my speed. So you don't have to be a Teresa Winsler stitcher to go to the retreat. You can literally stitch on anything. Just like in October, you didn't have to be stitching on a Nora or a Mira. It was just fun to be around people, and the brag table was beautiful. And it was, honestly, I think I've said this in my past videos, it was the best retreat I've ever been to. It was really organized. Maggie and Amy and all of their support team did an incredible job. So if you are thinking about going to your first retreat and are nervous or anything like that, I highly recommend going to Queen City if you can get in. It is in Charlotte, North Carolina. They also have really good food options in that area. The hotel is wonderful. It's close. Everything is walkable. So again, really, really recommend it. Now that I've done my plug for that retreat, I should also say that Jade, the 310 Stitchers retreat, I believe is still open for registration. I think hers is in August. It's in Ottawa, Ontario, and it's called The Gathering Thread, I believe. I'll put links to it down below, maybe if I edit it. Yeah, so anywho, back to what I was saying about frog words. So I saw somebody doing these on Instagram this year, and they only did it briefly, or at least I only saw it briefly, and I was like, ooh, what are those? So it's a deck of cards that has stitching prompts based upon like Harry Potter. I love Harry Potter. I love the movies. Not a big fan of JK. We'll just leave it at that. But I do really like the books and the movies. So my plan is that every time I come back and do an update, so I'm gonna shoot for about every 2 weeks, I'm gonna pull 2 of these cards. So there's 52 in here, I think, maybe 54, probably 52. I didn't really count them, but I know there's enough for each week of the year. And so I figure if I pull 2 randomly, look at the prompt, and then I will go and find a project, hopefully that matches the prompt. If I cannot find a project that matches the prompt, I will likely not start anything just to match a prompt. So in fandom, they'll let you choose a project for like penalty stitches. And so I think that's what I'm going to do. And given that I'm doing Dumbledore's Library, Harry Potter, I feel like that would be a really good penalty stitch for these. So if I can't find something to fit these prompts, then what I'll do is I will just do what I normally would do and stitch that on Dumbledore's Library to get some progress on that. So my goal for these would be to probably just stitch on the project for 1 day. Whether that's after I get home from work and it's just a couple of hours, or on a day off and it's several hours, whatever that looks like. So just 1 day of stitching on a project just to get some progress in on them. So given that it is the 1st and I plan on coming back here in probably a couple of weeks towards the mid-month, I'm going to go ahead and pull 2 of these right now and see what we get. Feel free to join in with me if you want to join and do some prompt stitching. Feel free to pick a penalty piece or make this however you want. So, and if you do decide to join me, let me know. I would love to know what you're working on and if you're joining me in any of my fun adventures this year. So without further ado, I'm just gonna grab one, put them back together, and then I will pick a second one. Okay, So for these two cards, we have Stitch on a Project with a Dress. And it's showing up reversed on my side, so I'm really hoping that it's not reversed on your side. I guess I should probably go through and look at this. And then for my second prompt, it is Stitch on a Project with a Grave. So yeah, so we have Stitch on a Project with a Dress, Stitch on a Project with a Grave. So we're gonna see if I can pair up. I know for sure Stitch on a Project with a Dress, I can easily pair that up. I have fancy ladies, so that one will be easy. And then this one with a grave, I'll have to look at my projects because I actually don't know that I have anything. Actually, I do. I have, I think I got the Painting Fairy Haunted House. And I think that has some tombstones in it. So I'll have to take a look. But yeah, so I will come back and I will show you in 2 weeks what I picked out for these two. Hoping for the Stitch with a Dress that I can find. So last night when I was recording, I realized I couldn't find my Princess Ileana pattern. I'm thinking that I hid it on the shelf behind the Christmas tree, which is inaccessible to me right now. So until we take down the Christmas tree. So I'm hoping I can find that. Otherwise I'm going to have to order another one. And then maybe once I find the other one, I'll do a giveaway. So those are my big plans for this year. I don't really have a lot of other plans other than just getting progress on my projects. I don't have too many planned starts, although I do need help picking one of my new starts. So I'm gonna insert 2 pictures here. And I'm gonna call it Witch Witch. So Zania Cross Stitch, did a freebie witch. And then also in the Cross Stitch Studio Insiders Club, which is a club that you can join. It's, I think, like $15 a month. And then you get 2 free patterns. You get a free pattern for your birthday. They do a Christmas in July sale. Yeah. So, but anywho, I think she also released a witch this year. And I love both of them, but I don't know that I want to start both of them. So I'm going to have you guys help me choose which witch. So I will insert those pictures and y'all can vote. I will give y'all until the end of January to choose that project. And then we will look at when we're going to start it, or at least put it on my start wheel, because I'm just going to spin a wheel for my new starts. That way I don't have to choose. Yeah, I think that's pretty much all of the plans that I have this year. I don't really have anything else that I can think of. No, I think that's it. So without further ado, I'm going to go into my New Year New Start, which is the Heaven and Earth Sal for this year. I chose Glistening Wings, which is the dragonfly one. I will insert a picture somewhere in here. I think that was like the most popular. It was between that one and the Wise and the Brave, which was a bird and an owl, I think. I only joined it to get the one pattern, which was the Amy exclusive, because it wasn't going to be released to anybody else. Michelle and team decided to just go ahead and give everyone who even signed up for the Sal the Amy Stewart pattern, and graciously charted it in both the regular max color. We did the supersize and the supersize max color, and let us choose from which ones we wanted. Of course, for me, any Amy other than Beachcomber's Bounty, which is going to be a start this year, I chose the supersize max color because the pattern is beautiful. I will maybe insert a picture when I edit this as well. And so the goal initially, they said that you had to do 1 page by the end of the year on the Sal in order to get that chart, but they just decided just to give it to everybody. They also gave everybody 3 free charts for hitting milestones, even though we didn't hit the 3,000 participants to get the 3,000 chart. She still gave it to us because I think we got pretty close. So yeah, so we got a lot of things. We got the sail chart, we got the Amy pattern, and then we got 3 other charts. So I think for the price, it was worth it. And the Amy chart was definitely worth it in my opinion. So I'm happy with it. But I did actually still want to stitch the dragonfly chart. I don't have any dragonfly charts right now, and so I really liked it. So I'm charted it. I have kitted it all up, and I have the fabric upstairs, and I think that's what I'm going to go start. So I hope that you all are getting some stitching in and having a great start to your 2026 year, and I will see you in a few weeks. Bye, y'all.